Thank you, everybody, for joining or watching, viewing. If you're watching the stream, the recording's going to go out a little bit later on, anyways. Just wanted to get a couple of thoughts um, out of my mind and on video. Typically, fantasy football leagues, fantasy dynasty leagues, and keeper leagues are active now. And right now in this little 10-minute video, we're going to talk a little bit about Brandin Cooks, the impact that he could have in the fantasy football world. Again, I know Texans fans, the trade doesn't do that much for you, but if you're a Brandin Cooks fantasy owner in dynasty or keeper leagues, or maybe he's out there available for a free agent, you got some benefits there that you could pick up. But we'll talk a little bit about that, and we'll also dabble just a little bit about Major League Baseball. And the idea of first, let's start with that. Let's lead with Major League Baseball and then come back to Brandin Cooks. Again, short little video. I'll have it posted on my YouTube page. It's probably where you're watching it now. Ooh, is this a paradox? Are we looped into it? Is this just a time over and over and over? Shout out to Chelsea Football Club back in the background there. The nice little backdrop. Found the flag. Thought I'd hang it just over my drapes. Got tired of looking at white drapes, white curtains. As you can see, shout out to 8 and 24 right there, and of course to you guys for watching the stream. Real quick, so we were talking just a little bit. Hope everybody had a happy Easter. Shout out to Bravo Company Barbecue, Mike Winfrey for providing some of the most delicious grub that I've had in a while. And go to the Horn website or the Horn Twitter handle at ATX, the Horn ATX, and buy a box Wednesday. Do me a favor, give a retweet to that, and see how you can donate and support our local communities here in Austin, Texas. All right, real quick, Austin, you got a lot to do. You got a lot to think about here when we're talking fantasy sports. Not just Austin, everybody here, But the shout out is to right now mostly the people from the Horn listeners that want to make a tribute or want to make a contribution with providing donations. So go to the Horn website at hornfm.com and look for Buy a Box Wednesday. Support us on that. Okay, real quick, fantasy sports, or no, let's go to baseball real quick. Probably not going to get 162 games in. So let's be realistic. You know what? Realistically, we're not going to get 162 games in. So let's kind of be a little bit optimistic here. What if we could get 81 games in? A lot of people are flirting with the idea that we could have 81 games played in the desert in Arizona and stuff like that. I'm for it. I'm right now reeling for reality television. I'm watching video games, guys. I'm watching League of Legends at 2 a.m. and while I'm playing video games. I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic without sports. I think everybody else is too. No, we're not. We need sports back. Okay, once we get reality television in our sanctuary back, because that's what sports are. It's reality TV. Once we get all that stuff back, everything can return to normal. And again, these are first world problems, but still, I want my sports, okay? I definitely want my sports. So do you, all right? I'm all for it. 81, I don't even care if we can't watch, if there can't be any crowd in attendance or fans in attendance. Because, frankly, I got my sports sanctuary set up, and not just sports, movies, video games. I got all my sanctuary set up at sports because of Tom McKay and audiovisual consultations. So if you're in the Austin, Texas area, give them a call at 512-255-8678. Again, for over 31 years in the business, setting the standard in audiovisual automation, give them a call, 512-255-8678, or go to the website at avconsultations.com. If you don't have an idea of what you want in your mind, get an idea from the gallery of projects that they have. You can find out at avconsultations.com, like we mentioned, or give him a call. Tom actually prefers the telephone call, the old school telephone call at 512-255-8678. All right, now, going back with the 81 games idea in the desert, again, a lot of people were going to be I guess maybe torn back and forth with it because they want to be in attendance. Whatever. I don't get. Miss me with that. I mean, I'd rather I just told you, I'd rather watch it in the friendly confines of my own home, and just bring it back. Just bring sports back. I'm not longing for the fact to be around everybody that much at a sports venue. Hell, I just want to see a damn game. All right, I go to I think my screen time is up 4 hours on average from like no coincidence, from about 4 hours on average to about 8, because I long for conversation. I long for that connection with people, right? That's why I'm constantly scrolling through Twitter, or I'm constantly scrolling on Instagram to see what people are doing. What are they doing in their own quarantine compared to what I'm doing? What families are out there kind of doing the neighborhood laps or everything. What people's dogs? God, I miss people's dogs. So that we look for that connectivity and that type of companionship on social network. And like I say, I joke about it all the time. Introverts, you won. I mean, my God, I stream video games now on Twitch, and I can't believe how many people actually come in and watch video games. It's like what introverts do to show affection is hang out in people's chat rooms and stuff just to show signs of affection. Or it's not just that, it's longing for the conversation, right? We're missing our daily interaction with people. It's just a little bit to think about. All right, a little bit of transition. We just talked a little about baseball and a little bit about culture. Again, just to reiterate, I'm all for it. I'd love to have the 81 games actually be played in the desert around, I guess it'll have to be during the Christmas time, or it won't be Christmas time frame. If we resume in June, we should be fine. So in 81 games, you're cutting the league in half anyway, or the season in half anyways. Give me it all day. All right. Fantasy football real quick. Last week, Texans made another dynamite deal, acquiring Brandin Cooks from the Rams. Tremendous move by the Rams. I can't believe somebody would actually bring that contract on, but hey, Bill O'Brien knows what he's doing. He, taking it on. He wants that, I guess, 2 touchdowns, 42 receptions, and 583 yards. All right, he wants to bring that on. As a wide receiver for the team, you're expected. I guess Brandin Cooks is going to be expected to lead that core of wide receivers for the Texans. I mean, you would think that Will Fuller would get the shot, but all right. Before we even get to it, when Will Fuller's on the field, he's good for 2 touchdowns. It's injury prone, right? It's Will Fuller. Can he be durable? Can he last? I don't think so. So bet on Will Fuller maybe playing 8 to 10 games, optimistically. So Brandin Cooks is going to have to look to be the leader. I mean, you could put it on the veteran shoulders of Randall Cobb, but I mean, there's a good chance that he could be nicked up too. And he, by the way, people are knocking the move of Randall Cobb in as a wide receiver. Sure, I get it. It was on the heels of not the dismissal, but the trade for Nuke Hopkins. So people are going to be a little bit sour about that. But say what you want about Randall Cobb, he's tough as nails. Like, he's going to give it, everything he's got week in and week out. So I actually like him as a wide receiver. I like his tenaciousness and durability. I think he's going to do wonders there, or going to provide decent stats there for the Texans. However, I just think that Brandin Cooks is going to be the leader of this wide receiver core. That being said, I'm not saying that all right, nobody's Nuke Hopkins, okay? Maybe Michael Thomas, but even then, I mean, Nuke Hopkins is arguably one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. We know this. I mentioned the stats of Brandin Cooks last year. 2 touchdowns on 42 receptions and 582 yards, or 583 yards. That 72 targets as well for Brandin Cooks last season. All right, we need to consider the source, okay? Jared Goff is not Deshaun Watson. Right? I don't care. You could, all you Jared Goff lovers out there, you can come at me all you want all day with telling me that he's just as good as Deshaun Watson. You are out of your mind. All right, Deshaun Watson, he is living up to what Dabo Sweeney said. He's the Michael Jordan, because he can make play. He just makes plays happen. I mean, the dude, we saw what he could do with just one eye. All right, he's a tremendous playmaker. Now you give him a little bit of weapons around here. I'm not saying that he's got better weapons than he had with Nuke or when Fuller was on the field, because that dynamic duo, that combination was amazing. You can expect Stills too. He's probably going to be dismissed. He's probably going to take a walk. So To me, I like the Brandin Cooks moves, especially if you're from a fantasy football perspective, and here's why. In 2015 and 2016, again, consider the sources. He had Drew Brees, all right, the most accurate passer in the NFL. Okay, 9 touchdowns, 84 receptions, 1,138 yards. You'll take that, all right? That's 2015, 2016, probably the best years that he's put together. It was his second and third seasons in the NFL. 2016, 8 touchdowns, 78 receptions, 1,173 yards. He also had a long of 90 yards that year, or I think 98. As it might have been 98. I got to go back and double check on that. But regardless, I mean, the guy's got wheels. He's got motors. Can he be the one? Can he be the wide receiver that's out on? Can he be your Z? We'll see. Mostly, I see him as an X. A wide receiver too, maybe getting vertical down the field and stretching the defense and busting them off. He's gonna have to be He's gonna have to be a little bit of both, right? Or maybe Randall Cobb in the slot is now your possession move the chains wide receiver. He does provide that tenacity. He can get you those tough yards. Maybe you catch a 2 or 3 yard slant over the middle or a China route, and then all of a sudden you got to break a tackle and get 3 or 4 or 5 more yards to extend the play and move the chains and extend a drive. I can see Randall Cobb doing that. Brandin Cooks, usually we see him as a speed demon, right? Like I just said, we associate him with breaking the defense and breaking the top off the defense and stretching them vertically. That with Will Fuller, that could present some nightmares for defensive coordinators to prepare for. I like the move from a fantasy standpoint because there's probably a lot of there's not many Brandin Cooks owners out there right now, right? I just mentioned the stat. Last season, 2 touchdowns, 42 receptions, and 583 yards. He's probably not on your roster. If he is, 2 things. You didn't make the playoffs, and he was just an emergency sub, but you would probably have Woods or Kupp anyways because they were the most consistent wide receivers from that receiving core in LA anyway. Or yeah, it was the LA Rams last year. But to me, Brandin Cooks is an easy, a cheap get that you can have for dynasty and keeper leagues. Right now, you could probably go get him as a free agent with those numbers right there. Or the second thing is that you were maybe in a tremendously deep league. Maybe you had 16 teams to 20 teams and you needed a wide receiver like Brandin Cooks just to keep you up with the numbers. But even then, he wasn't providing you your solitary numbers to move you forward and project you into the championship. Again, just some things to think about. I really like Brandin Cooks' move. I think you can get him, acquire him cheap, especially maybe if somebody does have him right now. Hopefully they haven't seen this video and they're not up to snuff on it. But I think you can acquire him for a pretty cheap price tag, or even get him as a free agent, on your waiver wire or your NFL fantasy football leagues. Again, just some food for thought. I'm Adam Wagner. Welcome, or thank you for watching the stream. Hopefully it's streaming. We've been having some technical difficulty with the streams, but we have been able to put the recordings up. We do know that they record. I'm just hoping that it's live. Anyways, smash the follow button on my Adam Wagner YouTube page, and also give me a follow on Twitter at NotTheFakeWags. Remember to follow me on Instagram at The Wagner Wire, and Facebook, The Wagner Wire has a like page as well. So make sure you follow us all the way on all the social media platforms. And also, we're extending this to gaming too, right? So if you're up late at night like I am for fantasy sports, the leading industry right now is video games, esports. That's the only thing that we pretty much are betting on, except for like simulated races and stuff like that. So give me the esports. Give me a Ruler. This dude Ruler, man. I guess he's one of the oldest in the video game community, but he's actually like 26. So the average age for video gamers is probably 18, which makes me ancient. Maybe it makes me the old sage. Give me the Billy Goat. Give me the long Billy Goat beard. Stuff like that. All right, we're going to have some fun tonight. We'll also be streaming. Follow me on Twitch at wags_0369. Tell me what that Easter egg's all about, and I will give you a cookie. digitally. All right. Thanks for watching the stream or the recording, whichever one you tuned into. It's a little bit of both, but hey, we like merging worlds. All right, again, streaming tonight on Twitch, doing a little bit of Call of Duty as well. I hope you enjoyed this stream. For more fantasy football information and some of the best information in sports as well, give me a follow on Twitter at NotTheFakeWags. And remember to listen to the show on the Horn, I guess you can call it the Horn Annex. That's where we've been doing it the past past few weeks. And for the better part of the month at the Horn Annex North, which is Stu Studio, the Sports Guys Talking Wrestling headquarters up there. But it's 1049, it's 1019 AM 1260. It's still the same radio station. We just like to joke and make the fun joke about being in the studios up there. Again, you can find it if you're outside the Austin, Texas area. You can find it on the internet at thehornfm.com, or you can follow their tag on Twitter at the Horn ATX. All right, for more information, continue to follow this page. Remember to smash that like button, smash that follow button if you haven't done so already, and tune in for the next stream. We'll see you tonight on Twitch, Wags_0369. Later, y'all. Thanks.